Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing you some stuff about building a game in Adventure Game Studios. I've been working on a Halloween theme point and click using AI tools. Today I'm going to show you how to generate a scene with objects and characters and then remove some of the objects from the scene as if the character in the game is picking them up, making inventory items out of them. So today's all about objects and inventory items. I'm going to be doing more videos like this, so subscribe if you want to see content like that. First things first, I go to Google Gemini and I just type something in. Something like generate an image 1280 by 720 of an interior scene of a school of magic for a medieval fantasy point and click adventure game. Have characters and objects present in the scene. Then you click submit. Generating image, it says. Here is the image you requested. Looks like a dwarf and potions and a book. Okay, let's download full size. Scene 1, PNG image, save. Now I'm gonna go to pollo.ai, object remover, upload image, scene 1. Now it brings up the picture and a little paintbrush thing. First thing I want to remove is the AI in the corner, the watermark. Then I'll zoom in, click on the move button here to scroll around. I might try to remove this thing, crystal ball or something. The bread on the plate. Maybe this bowl of whatever. And the book on the floor. So this requires 3 credits. And go ahead and click remove. Let's go to download without watermark. Objects removed. Now let's go here. Show in folder. Right click. Open with gimp. And put scene 1 on top of it. And we can see. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like with the objects and without. Put the objects removed above the scene 1. Make the objects removed layer invisible. Now we have to go to the paths tool and then start cutting out some area around the object that we want to remove. Stick to the lines so that it doesn't stick out. Follow a path along some lines. And then once you have an area marked out by this method, you hit selection from path, then Control X, and then Control V. And now click on the rectangle select, click on scene 1, go to select none, and now you have something that looks like this. And when you have the scene, this is what it looks like. So hide all the layers except for the one of the pasted layer, and then export as bowl gone. We don't want JPEG, we want PNG so that there'll be transparency. Click export, export again. Now I want to make a sound effect. So I'm on app.klingai.com in the tool text to audio, AI sound effects generator. I'm going to type in a prompt. A bowl is picked up off of a wooden table. Generate. Alright, let's see what it has. This one sounds pretty good. So download wave, bowl sound. Now I want to cut out the bowl itself, so I'll go to scene 1, click on it, zoom in, use the pass tool again and cut it out. Selection from path, Control X, Control V. Make the other scene invisible, select none. Now I'm going to go to filters, light and shadow, drop shadow. Change the opacity to 1. Change the grow radius to 4. Blur radius to 0. Change the position. Grow to 3 and hit OK. Now I'm going to go image, crop to content, image, scale image. And the bigger of these two numbers, I'm going to change to 50 and then hit scale. Now I'm going to go to image, canvas size. And it was almost a perfect square. But I'm going to put the height to 50. Make sure this is unlinked. Resize. I'm going to export this as bowl.png. Now I'm going to undo all that so that I have my scene back. And now I have all I need to be able to pick up the bowl in the game. So I'm going to open AGS. Start a new game. Continue. Next. Go with Sierra style. Next. Call it test game. Please enter the file name of the game below. Test.game. Finish. Now the first thing I'm going to do is go to general settings, and resolution I'm going to change to 1280 by 720. You've changed your game resolution to 720. You'll need to import a new background of the correct size for all your rooms. Would you like AGS to automatically resize all your GUIs to the new resolution? I'm going to hit no. I'm going to look at the GUIs for inventory here. Okay. Oh, and this scene isn't the right size. The image Google generated didn't turn out the right resolution, so I'm going to go to scale image, unlink it, 1280 by 720, scale, export as scene 1, replace, export. Now I'm going to open the bowl gone, scale that down to unlink, 1280, 720, scale, overwrite bowl gone. Now I go back to AGS, I got make a new room here, blank room, okay. Edit room, change, find your picture of scene 1. There we have our scene. Let's go to hotspots, hotspot 1, rectangle tool, highlight the whole area. Let's call this H background. Now I want to go to sprites, create subfolder, call it objects gone. Import new sprites, bowl gone I'm going to import, and click import. Now I want to go back to my room. I'm going to go back to hotspots, eraser, and zoom in, exit out of this. Now I want to erase some of this area around this bowl. So just go like this. Now there's no background hotspot there. Now I'm going to go to hotspot 2 and draw it in. Like that. Now I'm going to call this H bowl. Now I'm going to hit this and go to objects. Now right click, place new object here. We'll go image, objects gone, 1. Now we'll go clickable false, visible false. Start X is 0, start Y is 720. That puts it over there. Now I'm going to go to audio, sounds, right click, add audio file, bowl sound. Actually I want to edit that bowl sound, so I'm going to open it in Audacity. And this is all I want from it. So I'm going to amplify that. So I'm going to go Control X, Control A, Control V, and now I'm going to go File, Export Audio, Export to Computer, and Overwrite. Yes. Now I want to go to Audio, under Audio, right click Sound, Add Audio Files, Bowl Sound. And it shows up here. Now I'm going to click here and go back to Hotspots, Bowl, and hit this Events tab. Any click on hotspot, hit the 3 dots. Now I want to do if O object 0 dot visible equals false, which it will be at the start of the game because we set it to false, and then squiggly bracket, whatever that is. Then we want to do O object 0 dot visible equals true, and semicolon, enter, and then a bowl sound dot play, and then bracket, enter, comma, enter, bracket, semicolon. Now to test this, I want to go to characters, see ego, make a starting room 2. I want to go back to the room, click room, properties, show player character to false. Now I want to hit play, see if this worked. Oh yeah, and it says I forgot to add the other squiggly bracket, so there we go. Now let's hit play. Now it shows us in this room, and if we click here, there we go. Let's exit out and restart and show it again. There we go. Now exit out of this. I want to go back up here to sprites, create subfolder again, right click main and create subfolder. Call this inventory. Import new sprite from file, bowl, import. Now we'll go down to inventory items, right click new inventory item, description, bowl, cursor image is going to be inventory 2, image is going to be inventory 2, and we're going to click the middle of this to have that be there. We'll call this I bowl. Player starts with art item is false. Now we want to go back to the room script, go here and hit enter. We're going to add another line of code. C ego dot add inventory I bowl bracket semicolon. Now let's test this again. Pick it up, go up here, this is the inventory, and there's the bowl right there. Grab it like that. Go over to general settings, scroll down to inventory. Inventory item cursor hotspot marker, use crosshair sprite, and then just go to none, and that'll get rid of that little cursor in the middle of the object. Pick up, inventory, click. Now it doesn't have that little dot in the middle of it. Now I want to change this inventory under GUI's inventory. Go down to INV custom, make the item height 50 and the item width 50. Now let's see how that looks. Pick up, inventory, and there. Now we can click this and click this, close. Now I want the cursor to change when I mouse over that object. So we have 3 mouse modes, looks like. We have the look at, the interact, and the talk to, and we want all of them to change to pick up when we hover over this object. So we'll go to edit room, we'll go to the bowl hotspot, mouse moves over hotspot under events, click the 3 dots, and then we'll copy this code over here. If object 0 visible equals false, then we want to go mouse dot change mode graphic of interact, and we want to look at the sprites and go under defaults, the cursors. These are the cursors. We want 2060. That's the pickup option. So go back to the script, go 2060 bracket semicolon. Now we want to do this for all 3. Mouse dot change mode graphic for look at to 2060 semicolon. Mouse dot change mode graphic talk to 2060. Now let's see if that changes the graphic. Oh, we forgot a bracket again. Squiggly bracket at the end of that. Now it changes, but it doesn't change back. So exit out. We're going to go back to room 2. Go to hotspot background. Mouse moves over hotspot. Now we're going to go mouse. Change mode graphic. E mode interact. And let's see, interact. Let's go back to sprites. Interact is 2057. So 2057 bracket colon semicolon mouse dot change mode graphic look at, and that is 2056 semicolon, and that's not capitalized, so it's not working. Capitalize that, go to mouse change graphic mode talk to, and that one was 2058 bracket semicolon. Let's see. Now they should go back to their normal looks. Yep. Now when you mouse over, it goes to pickup, and if not, it goes to the normal graphic of the mouse cursor you're on. Now I want to make the character say something when I go to look at this object. So I'm gonna go to inventory objects, bowl, events, look at inventory item, see ego.say, bracket, quotation mark, it's a bowl of green goop, quotation mark, bracket, semicolon. Now I want to go to fonts, speech, outline style, automatic, outline thickness probably about 5, outline style, rounded, size multiplier I want to go to maybe 3. Now let's test it. Now when we pick it up and look at it with this, it's a bowl of green goop. Now I want to record the audio for that. It's a bowl of green goop. Select it, effect, amplify, not that much, maybe half that. Alright, now I want to export this audio to computer, and then documents, test.game, speech, and then the first 3 letters of the character's name, not including the C, ego 1, save that, export. Now go back to AGS. We have to do a few things, like in the general settings, under backwards compatibility, old style voice clip naming rule, go to true, which means that it'll just be without the C, the first 4 letters, but this only has 3 letters. So we saved it as ego 1, all caps. Now we want to go back to that bowl look, and this is in the global script, and we just want to add this end symbol and 1 and a space. Now it should play the sound. Pick up, inventory, look at, it's a bowl of green goop. Now I want to add some music to my room, so I'm at SUNO.com, which makes music, and you can make about 10 free songs a day from a prompt. So I want to go and write something. I wrote a song for ambient background music of a school of mages in a fantasy point and click adventure game. And then I click off instrumental right here and create. They're calling it Whispering Spells. Let's listen. Click these 3 dots, download, MP3 audio, download anyway. And we'll save it in the same folder. Now I want to go back and go down to audio, music, right click, add audio file, Whispering Spells, there we go. Now I want to right click properties for the music and then put the default volume down to 30 maybe, so it's not so loud and you can hear the voices over top of it and stuff. Then I'm going to go back to my room, edit room, hit this room button, go to events, enters room after fade in, right there. And now we go a whispering spells dot play, priority high, and repeat, bracket, semicolon. Now let's see. It's a bowl of green goop. Okay, so I ran into an issue with the music. I guess it lowers the music whenever there's talking. So when I had it at 30, the music would be silent when he was talking. So it must have lowered it more than 30. So now I got it at 80, and let's check that out. Pick up. Look. It's a bowl of green goop. Yeah, you can hear the music goes down when he talks. So 80's okay, I guess.